Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all back to Tavern Brawl week. I actually have, and I wasn't just being like, yo, this stuff is weak, man, this is so weak. I am way too white to be even slightly doing this. Oh man, alright, it is time to press, honestly, one of the most exciting buttons I press all week. Think about it, how many buttons do you press in your average week? Alright, totems, that excites me. Encounter at the oh no, it's like a Tauren camp. This is Tauren architecture. Okay, I'm excited. Encounter at the Crossroads. Encounter at the Crossroads. Pick a class. Let's see what's in your deck this time. Okay, that doesn't really give away too much, so of course I'm going to go in with my main man Thrall without much prior knowledge of what's happening. So encounter at the Crossroads. So Crossroads, everyone gathers together. Maybe we have mixed class decks. Maybe I have some other class cards. Okay, of course we're against mage. Just seems like there's always so much mage. Sir Bacon. Okay, so maybe it's actually that every class has a range of pre-made decks and they get one of them randomly to face the other with? I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I mean, this is a pretty nice hand. I wonder if it's still random the card order. That would be a very interesting brawl, like the Brawl of Fate. You actually can learn what you're going to draw when, as each class's predetermined deck. And what does this mage have? I feel sorry for him. That is not good. I mean, that is really, really not good. I mean, there's very little point me playing this, but it's better than toteming because at best I want the 1-2, but the thing is about the 1-2 is that it will just get pinged, and that's bad for me and for you. The story of the Flame Tongue is a sad one. He once rubbed his tum, he felt a little queasy, and it turns out he was fireballed. Easy peasy. And that's the ancient ballad of old. Alright, so ooh, a Nixia. We obviously want to get our mace on here. And then if we buff up Whirling Zap-O-Matic, that's going to be pretty dang strong. But I'm still a little bit confused. It feels like we're playing Arena, but the draft is done for us. That's currently what this feels like. And I've kind of got mixed interpretations to that. It's, you know, it's okay. I'm waiting to see if something happens, like I draw a card and it just, like, explodes with the power of 1,000 suns. I mean, that would be cool, just covers the entire screen. It's like the Juggernaut bomb, but times at least 7.6. So this mage seems to just have a load of base minions. Ooh, maybe there is just, say, 5 decks, and you basically just choose the class, and that injects some class cards. Maybe neutrals are all the same. That could be it, actually. Maybe everyone has the same neutrals, but we get class cards depending on which class we choose. But even then, that's not crazy ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, after last week, I think it would be impossible to do something as good as the Summoner, because I'll admit, that was super fly. No, still too white there. Alright, so we can, of course, ooh, Bloodlust as well. We can get rid of him, buff that up. Thalnos shouldn't make a big difference. I mean, spell power wise, yeah, it makes a Frostbolt kill this, but a trade and a Frostbolt would have killed it anyway. Frostbolt and a ping would have killed it anyway. I'm not desperate to get rid of it. And in fact, next turn, I could do 16 damage to my opponent here with a Bloodlust, but I doubt that's going to happen. Yep, there's the ping, and then we're gonna see some actual Frost Nova action. That surprises me, but it also is very valuable information because it means he's got nothing to deal with it at the moment. He's relying on slowly pinging it down. Lord of the Arena. Interesting. Wouldn't be my first choice for any deck, but, you know, I mean, we do get to hear his nice, impressive voice telling us that the gates are indeed open, so he does provide that valuable service to society. You know, I've been walking down the street and seeing people by doors going, this door is open, and you're like, yeah, mate, that's great, it's good for you, what are you doing with your life? And he's like, I'm talking about this door. It's open. And you're like, I don't have time for you. I just don't. Alright, well, I am not going to waste an opportunity to bloodlust with this kind of level of power. We actually can very nearly kill him, which I think is quite amusing. It's whether I want to trade and then hit and take the 7 damage that kind of worries me. I think I don't, and the reason I don't is because I'm going to make him killable to Lightning Bolt, and killing it with myself takes the 7 damage that it could deal to me next turn anyway, so I don't really make myself have more chance of losing by leaving it up, unless he does something crazy with the tokens, but you don't want to go crazy with the tokens. Yeah, it's just going to trade off into my Zap-O-Matic there, so this is a fairly nice first victory. Yeah, you better concede, Sir Bacon! You better concede, though I do very much appreciate your name. The Knight of Bacon is a good knight. He's got armor wrapped in bacon. So yeah, I think it is just straight up random decks versus random decks, which is certainly interesting. I imagine there's a certain amount of more skill in this one, because there is less RNG. Obviously, your deck's a little bit random, but playing the best with what you've got, kind of arena is kind of cool. I think we will have a Druid. I don't play Druid that often, so let's give Druid a go, who was just dominant in the last brawl. He really, really was. Okay, who we gonna get? I do love the people that are going in with Mage, though. Like, alright, in every brawl so far, Mage has been pretty good. I'm just going to go for Mage. I mean, to be fair, it is sound logic. This is a nice hand, mostly. I mean, that's where it's at. I feel like what this brawl needs is the ability to randomly give you multiple copies of a card above the normal 2 limit. I think that's what would make it cool. Like, imagine if you get a deck that's just got 10 Lava Bursts in as a Shaman back-to-back every turn, or something equally as ridiculous. Only draw Leper Gnomes. Oh, man, imagine a brawl where everyone gets a random deck, however, it's 1 cost minions, and you have 30 of them. So it's 30 pirates versus 30 leper gnomes versus 30 Argent Squires. The Argent Squires would boss it. Are you serious? You want to Millhouse? Okay. Alright, that's interesting. That is certainly very interesting. I just get to majorly do some wild growth in here. We're going to, of course, draw, just in case we draw into another spell, which we can then play for free. Moonfire! Yeah! Well, next turn we're going to be playing Fel Reaver. I think a turn 3 Fel Reaver is a fairly strong play. I think that'll definitely make this Goosey guy over here stop in his tracks. Goosey! It sounds a little bit like you should be part of organized crime. Goosey, my friend, have you taken care of the business? I can't do an organized crime voice. It's not in my blood. Is he playing Pirate Warlock? This guy is playing Pirate Warlock. Do you just have a chance to get a deck that is absolutely stupid? Because that amuses me. I would love to be playing Pirate Druid right now, but instead, I'm playing with Fel Reaver Druid. Actually, to be fair, I think I'm wrong to be disappointed in this brawl, because it's giving us decks and cards on classes that we would never normally use, and it might actually encourage a little bit of creative thinking trickling down into ladder. Now, I am very optimistic about that, and granted it probably won't happen, but I see where they're going with this. I really, really do. And there goes most of our deck. Tall Strider, Volcanic Drake, Volcanic Lumberer. So we've got a lot of heavy hitters in this deck. Really? Why would you just give me a free trade? I mean, I guess I'll accept it, but I didn't really expect it, but that's fine. We'll get some 8 damage in. Well, as long as we killed one of the 2 attacks, that's the main deal there. Makes it harder for him to kill our Reaver Fel. I mean, in theory, we should win this just on this overwhelming board presence. He can technically fatigue me this turn if he can play all 4 of those cards, but I would doubt that. And even then, with the 2 cards I've got in my hand... Ooh, Demon Fire, that's 2 more. No more Grand Infantry? Are you serious? Stalag, Mark of the Wild, okay. Alright, burn more of my deck. I'm kind of happy to have Velreaver, because it means I can actually see more of it. Oh, is it going to die? Is it going to die? Demon Wrath. Liking it. Mech Bear Cat, I'm a fan of that. Savagery, that card is shocking. That card is shocking. God, oh, Nosdormu, that makes me very happy to see. I'm liking that. A bit of speedy time action. So yeah, it basically is just have fun playing with cards that you will never ever use otherwise. To be fair, I think if Mogashan Warden had 2 attack, a 2/7 for 4, it might actually see play. And if it was 3/7 for 4, it would be just broken, because that's just objectively better than Ascension. I don't even really know why I felt the need to discuss that point. Alright, there we go. He's going to get poked for a whole 1 extra damage a turn now. And I do hope he doesn't concede so we can play a Nosdormu. I feel like this was a little bit of a crush. And in fairness, it was because he played Millhouse. But then again, if you're brawling and you've got a random deck and you've been given Millhouse, well then, you are going to play Millhouse. Lord Jaraxxus in the house! That is a pretty nice pickup from Bane of Doom. One of the best, in fact. Alright, let's do this thing. Time does indeed wait for no one, except sort of the aspect of time. Time will wait for him if he wants it to. Are you going to feel pressured, Goosey? Are you going to feel the bead of sweat trickling down your... No, you are straight up twisting, nethering this bitch. Alright then. Alright, fair play, well done, that's acceptable. Alright, that is A-OK. I'm fine with that. I was going to sacrifice my slime to play the Black Knight, but then I thought the chances are he's going to play something like a Sludge Belcher, and then I'll need it, and then I'll look like an idiot. So, as fear of looking like more of an idiot than I already come across, let's not do that. Sense Demons, okay. I don't know, I kind of like it. I mean, how often do you get to see Twisting Nether's best animation in the game, Badassery? I have a Golden Twisting Nether, and I can't play it. If that card's silenced before activating the effect, it would be played. It'd be a one-of in a lot of Warlock decks. And we're now squirreling. Okay, Power of the Wild. There we go. I mean, we'd won anyway, due to our swippity swipe here. There we go. Nicely clearing his board and his face. God, it must hurt to die to a swipe. I mean, you've literally being swiped the hell away by massive claws that rend you in twain, and you do not want to be rended in twain. So what final class shall I have a go with in this brawl? I did kind of like the Warlock. We've seen Warlock, we've seen Mage, we've seen Shaman, and we've seen Druid. So let's go. Do I want to get Scumbag on? See what kind of Scumbag deck they've given Hunter? This would actually interest me because obviously they know the deal with Hunter and the stereotypes against it. So I'd imagine they've deliberately got some interesting cards lined up for our Illyria friend over here. Or indeed Rexar, if you're still rocking the Rex, which, to be fair, there's no reason not to. He's a cool guy. I mean, he is a half-breed, the son of an ogre and an orc. I mean, he's a Mock Nathal, and he's gonna rock y'all. Well, so far, I'm liking it. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, I gotta put both of them back, but I hope we will be seeing them again later, and I have my own Millhouse Metastorm here, and King Crush does come back. I mean, I've gotta play him. I just have to play Millhouse, even if it results in my horrible, horrible immediate loss. I've just gotta play Millhouse Manastorm. I mean, he is Millhouse Manastorm, and he has all of the power. Why are you thanking me, Fox Marauder? We're in a fun brawl. Of course I'm gonna do it. And backstab. I mean, that costs 0 anyway, so I'm not that upset. Shiv, that's fine. It saves him using it later on. and just the dagger for the attack. Alright, he actually got very little use out of that, and it actually sponged a fair amount of his cards and turns, so I'm surprisingly okay with it. Alright, I guess I've just got to put on this, because he can't activate it with just his face poke, so we actually will get some value out of it, whereas Explosive Trap will more than likely just result in him doing 2 damage to himself. But now he's going to enrage his own Worgen! How silly of him! How silly! Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Oh, we get them both back! That is phenomenal. I kind of think we're doing okay. But at the same time, there's something very, very wrong about the fact that I am winning, having played Millhouse and having not played any creatures so far. I think when that happens, oh, well played. Very, very well played. Not only does it save the Worgen, it enrages it for the second follow-up attack. That is a good recovery there, using a card that you never normally see. Ooh. Alright, Gnomegan for the gnomes! And there we go, 2 more damage. And then, of course, we can Cobra Shot away the 4/3 next turn, but we needed to get rid of the Wind Fury, and I didn't want to waste Cobra Shot on it, so I'm glad I drew it. Jungle Panther, that's okay. This rogue seems to have a distinct lack of rogue cards going on here, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure he's cool with that. And I like Cobra Shot as a card. I mean, for 5, it's a little expensive for what it does. It's like a split fireball for 1 more mana. But I kind of objectively like it. I built a Spell Power Hunter burn deck that was moderately successful, actually. Oh god, we are so dead. I just realized I am about to die. I mean, I would have had to kill command this, but yeah, I am 100% dead. There is naught I could... Out of the cards! It's time to duel. I believe in my deck. It's never failed me yet, and it won't start now. Oh god, no, I'm dead. That's I'm not gonna get another saving grace here. There is no way. I need Freezing Trap or Kel'Thuzad as well. Obey the call of Kel'Thuzad. Well, at least I got to play him and hear his beautiful voice, so we got that going on. Alright guys, so there you go. This week's really poor Kel'Thuzad. He doesn't even get to end the game on the field. And Thorison. Well done, Mr. Fox Mod. Thank you. Thank you. In a bloody brawl. Humans, am I right? Well, there you go, guys. This week's Brawl, not as crazy exciting, but I can see what they're doing. Playing with cards that aren't normally used and seeing some more creative exchanges between Raricine decks. So, yeah, my name's been Rage. Remember to like if you've enjoyed this and subscribe for more. We'll, of course, be back next week with Brawl, but lots of Hearthstone in between. And, yeah, goodbye.